It is at 25 minutes away from 2 o'clock as we turn from rugby union to rugby league and have a look at the interesting weekend in the NRL. Not much joy for Warriors fans out there. 20,000. Couldn't believe that 20,000 turned up. That was weather yesterday, which didn't lose much in comparison to some of the hurricanes at their worst that we've had in Auckland earlier this year. But the faithful turned out in their droves, and, well, it wasn't much of a return that they got from the Warriors. In fact, they didn't get any return at all because they didn't score any points. But I put that match down to something of an aberration. Abnormal conditions meant that I don't think you can place too much importance on that result. With us now is Brendan Bradford to have a look at the weekend's rugby league here and across the Tasman. Well, Brendan, there wasn't much joy there for the Warriors fans, but I think if you were honest, you'd have to say that the Roosters, defensively, they were better, scored the 2 tries, and deserved to take the points from that tough match yesterday.
It was, and the conditions were just atrocious, just sideways rain and wind, and it looked like a very tough game to play in. Kudos to everyone that got out to Mount Smart as well. The real fans getting out there in that kind of weather. The Roosters, defensively, they were really good, really solid. And I think the Warriors missing a few trips through sort of injuries and head knocks and stuff. And we're coming into that middle portion of the season where depth is really going to count. And I think there's just probably a little bit of polish off the top that wasn't there yesterday. And, you got through into the second half, a lot of drop ball, a lot of, it's just sort of simple errors that kept the Warriors on the back foot and ultimately kept them scoreless. I mean, if you didn't know anything and you just looked at the score and you saw 14-0, you're going to think, bloody hell, that's pretty bad. But it's not all doom and gloom. It's a tough couple of weeks. You had the Storm last week, the Roosters this week, and Panthers next week. So these are 3 of the heavyweight teams. And you really pushed the Storm last week. Yesterday, all right, not much went the Warriors' way, but see what they can do against Penrith next weekend in Magic Round. But certainly not all doom and gloom, and still players to come back and things to look forward to for the Warriors.
Yes, the other thing, of course, is that as we get into May, we get into the state of origin, and so some teams, in Brisbane, one for example, who will clearly be missing a few players, and other clubs as well, it kind of works in favour of the Warriors, doesn't it? Because they will be, in theory, at full strength for all of these matches while the state of origin is on, and hopefully they'll have a few injured players back as well. So there is a bit of light at the end of the tunnel if they can get through these next couple of weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you look ahead in the draw, and the Warriors got the Broncos in late May. The Broncos will be missing a fair few players through origin. You're looking at, into June, the Rabbitohs, the Eels as well for the Warriors. So hopefully, traditionally, or sort of maybe more than sort of 6 or 7 years back, it's a period of the season when the Warriors sort of pick up and get a bit of momentum towards the back end. So hopefully, after a tough month coming up, or we're in the middle of a tough month for the Warriors, they can start building again around Origin time when you get some players back, and maybe a few other teams will be missing a few players too.